Hello, welcome to drvtrust.com. I am Dr. Hemant Kumar. Today we are going to talk about the different types of diabetes. Diabetes is of two types and there are two special conditions that we will also discuss. So first of all, there is type 1 diabetes. Now type 1 diabetes is characterized by inability of the body to produce any insulin at all. Insulin is a hormone that is produced by pancreas. Pancreas is an organ within our abdomen. So pancreas produces a hormone called insulin. Insulin helps the sugar or the glucose in our blood to get inside the cells and thereby produce or provide energy. Now in type 1 diabetes, what happens is that due to certain mechanisms known as autoimmunity, that is, body perceives parts of our own body to be foreign and starts to attack them. So beta cells in pancreas are the ones which produce insulin, and the body attacks these beta cells and thereby reducing and then completely eliminating the beta cells' ability to produce insulin at all. So that is type 1 diabetes, where the body produces no insulin. Then we have what is known as type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is characterized by reduced ability of the body to utilize the insulin that is there. So pancreas is manufacturing insulin, but the body's ability to utilize that insulin goes down. It is a state known as insulin resistance. That is, that the cells are becoming resistant to whatever insulin is there, and again as a result, whatever insulin is there is not able to sufficiently bring down the level of glucose in our blood. Type 2 diabetes is known by different names. So it is known as maturity onset diabetes because it is typically seen in adults and older people, so 35-40 years and onwards, though in some cases it may be found in young adults as well, but principally it is found in older people. It is also known as non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, NIDDM, because unlike type 1 diabetes, which is known as insulin dependent diabetes, because if type 1 diabetics don't take insulin, they can't survive. Here insulin is there, but the body's ability to respond to the available insulin goes down, and therefore the level of glucose in the blood cannot be brought down to sufficient levels. The third type is a special condition known as gestational diabetes. Gestational diabetes is diabetes which occurs due to pregnancy. So otherwise the mother is fine, but during pregnancy, the placenta is an organ which connects the baby through the umbilical cord with the mother. So the placenta starts to form some hormones which lead to insulin resistance and therefore produce what is the cause or effects of the type 2 diabetes. So it is known as gestational diabetes, and in most cases with the end of the pregnancy, that is when the baby is delivered or the pregnancy is completed, the mother is able to come back to normal states of blood sugar in their body. However, 2-3 important things. Women who develop gestational diabetes are more likely to develop type 2 diabetes later in life. Also, the babies born to these mothers who have gestational diabetes are more likely to develop diabetes later in life, and often these babies are born overweight compared to other babies of the mothers who do not have diabetes. Then doctors are also defining a condition known as pre-diabetes. Pre-diabetes is that your blood sugar levels are high but not high enough to be categorized as diabetes. So typically, depending on the lab that you are using, fasting blood glucose is expected to be 100 milligrams per deciliter thereabouts or less. Diabetes is classified as having a fasting blood glucose of 120, 125 or maybe 130 and above, depending again on the lab that you are using. If your blood sugar range is between this level, that is 100 and 125, 130, then you may be classified as a pre-diabetic. What is happening here again is that body is starting to develop insulin resistance. Body is not able to bring down glucose levels to the normal levels. Few important things about pre-diabetes. A third of people who get diagnosed with pre-diabetes will go on to develop full-blown diabetes. A third of people will stay in the pre-diabetic range, and 1/3 people, and this is important, 1/3 people who have pre-diabetes will go back to a normal state. And usually this happens in people who take effective measures to control their weight. Because if you are able to reduce your weight even by 5 to 7%, you can very effectively bring down the blood sugar levels to normal levels, and from a pre-diabetic state, you can get down to a normal state. So these are the different types of diabetes. Hope you've liked this video. For more such videos, visit our website drvtrust.com. Thanks for watching.